This is Quan Chi, in one of my favorite games of all time, Mortal Kombat 9. Quan Chi is my favorite Mortal Kombat character, but he's not well known outside the MK fanbase. Ask your mom who Sub-Zero is, and she'll either say Mortal Kombat or The Running Man.
Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
But Quan Chi is one of the most important characters in the history of MK. He's the guy behind the scenes. He's the immortal sorcerer that's pulling the strings, making everyone do what he wants. If you think Quan Chi is on your side, he's secretly screwing you. He's a big, lying cheat. He's been around since Mortal Kombat 4, even the Sub-Zero Mythologies game before that, but the less said about that game the better. In Mortal Kombat 9, they retold the story of the original trilogy and inserted Quan into the story seamlessly. It was like he'd always been there. This is, in my opinion, the definitive version of Quan Chi, though I'd say that for most of the character representations in this game. So I want to talk about what was so great about him, what was bad about him, and just take a moment to appreciate how cool he is in this game. Quan Chi is a low-tier character. For those unfamiliar with fighting games or tiers, low tier basically just means not very good on a professional competitive level. It wasn't impossible to win with him, but the odds were definitely against you most of the time. But he had some dirt. His trance was the ultimate risk-reward move. If you hit someone with it, you got a full combo. 28%, not bad. And it reaches almost full screen. Really good. But it's not without the bad. It's pretty slow compared to something like Cyrax's net or Scorpion's spear. And if the opponent blocked you, the recovery was so long that they had time to just rush up to you and punish you really hard. His projectile was decent. His ground burst, which we call the rune, is not very good. His teleport is a bit slow, but can be done from the air, so if you see someone doing something while you're jumping, you can teleport to punish them. The teleport also caused a high amount of stun, known as hit advantage, giving Quan Chi a free opportunity to attack the opponent again, and the only thing they could do was block. His normal attacks, meaning his punches and kicks, were pretty weak. They were slow and had a lot of recovery if they missed. His low jab was the slowest in the game, so he had a hard time dealing with close pressure in his face, in a game filled with crazy pressure characters. It had a lot of vertical reach, so it could be used as an anti-air, but the speed made it awkward to use. And his low kick, while fast, was so short that sometimes it went under attacks and he still got hit in the face. He had a standing low kick into an overhead punch, which was tricky to block for new players. But a trained player could easily block it and even interrupt the attack with an armored special move. What made Quan Chi special was the way that he used his special meter. That bar at the bottom of the screen. Using it makes your special moves better. For example, the teleport goes from a single hit to a multi-hit. And it also has protective armor, so it can't be interrupted. But the real stuff lies in the trance and the rune. First, the trance could be used to steal a bar of meter from the opponent. So Quan hits you and then connects to the trance, he can spend a bar of his own meter to steal a bar from you too. This was extremely handy in making sure that the opponent never had enough meter to break away from your combos, because in MK9 you needed to spend 2 of your bars on a combo breaker. The other special move using meter is the rune. This wimpy little ground blast turns into a sky-high laser that is completely unblockable. Even better, you could connect it to blocked attacks. So if the opponent is blocking my punches, I can just connect it to the unblockable laser for the cost of a bar, and it was a free 10%, plus 4 to 5% of chip damage from them blocking my punches. And the hit advantage was so high that you were able to dash up and attack them again for free. Again, they could only block, meaning you could do it again if you spent another bar. And every time they block a series of 3 punches, Quan builds 27% of a bar of meter. This all just mixed together into a really dirty death trap that was really hard to escape, and was impossible to escape under many circumstances. It all goes like this. Trance gives a full combo, combos end with teleport, teleport gives free offense, offense gives free unblockable, unblockable gives free offense, and the loop begins. And he's just building free meter and building more unblockables while you can't move. It was super cheap. Debates raged in the Mortal Kombat community in the first months of the game. Some people said that this rune trap needed to be removed because it's unfair to just die because you're blocking. Other people, including myself, argued that the rest of Quan's tools are so mediocre or bad that the rune trap must stay, or the character would have to be completely rebalanced. I also argued that the rune trap fits his personality. Quan is so scummy as a person that the rune trap makes so much sense. If you gave it to any other character, yeah, it wouldn't make sense with them, but just feels right in his hands. If Quan were a great character in the game, I could see the reason to take it out. But that wasn't the case, hence the rune trap stayed. Not to mention that during his combos, when he used the trance, it gave him enough advantage to whiff a couple of special moves before he had to hit you, and that was just a way of building even more meter for the trap. This was a great tool, but it just wasn't enough. Quan Chi never found success in major tournaments. You never saw him in top 8 EVO World Finals or even in regionals. If he ever did make it in one, not one comes to mind. But his legacy lives on. I've never enjoyed a character as much as Quan Chi, and I probably never will. Anytime someone wants to play Mortal Kombat 9, I will always do it, and I'll always pick Quan Chi because he's just great.
Round 1. Fight! Quan Chi wins. Round 2. Fight! Round 3. Fight! Quan Chi wins. 1. Fight! Fight! Kung Lao wins. Round one. Fight! Quan Chi wins. Round two. Fight!